Good morning. Today is Thursday, August 14th of 2025. For those of you who have watched my videos, or maybe those of you that know me, you know I get up really, really early. I get up at 4 o'clock every morning. I hit the gym. I have breakfast with my kids. I take them to school. And then I shoot these little videos before I head off to the office. My name is Matt Lopez. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Matt Lopez. I'm the owner of the law firm. And we are the largest DUI and criminal offense law firm in the entire state of Arizona. We don't handle any other types of law, just criminal offense and DUI. And then one of my secrets or keys to success, and when I say success, I just mean the sheer size of our firm, is I'm always working. I'm always doing something to promote the office. And as you can see, I'm not shooting this video in a fancy studio. I don't have a fancy equipment. I'm shooting it from my Apple laptop and just regular QuickTime record. And so I'm getting content out there. And then part of what I'm doing content, it's you know I don't and I've done it in the past because I've been doing this for 16 years. Is I'll shoot boring video about the DUI consequences or whatever the consequences. And so I'm getting away from that. I'm trying to do something a little more topical. And as I'm thinking about topics, or I was thinking about topics this morning at the gym, it came to me. It's like, okay, here's a fun one that I had over the weekend. My friends and I, we met for golf. And if you're watching this, and presumably live in the Phoenix area, our tee time was some godly early hour. I got like early hour at like 5:20 in the morning. So we were finished at 8:30 because it was so freaking hot. But after the round, we had breakfast, and all of my friends were about the same age. We're mid 40s, and we have teenagers, and we're talking about raising our kids. And one of my friends was saying he lives in Mesa, and he was saying that his 13-year-old son had a sleepover over the weekend, and the kids, they wanted to toilet paper one of their friends' houses. It was a prank, and I was born in the early 80s, and I grew up a teenager in the 90s, and that's just something that we did at sleepovers. We had a good time. We toilet paper somebody's house. We didn't mean anything by it. We were just having a good time. They knew we were having a good time. Parents knew we were having a good time. And of course, if you just do it once, it's fine. But if it's a pattern, then it's an issue. But it was never really an issue when I was a kid. Now and I'm glad that the schools are cracking down, but there's such a big anti-bullying campaign that things are very, very different when you raise kids in today's day and age. And my friend was saying that he wasn't thinking anything of it. He said, okay, well, if you guys want to TP your friend's house, what I'll do is I'll load up in my truck and I'll drive you and I'll drop you off down the street and you go and you do it. Well, they did it, and everyone's got cameras these days. So somebody got them on camera and got my friend's license plate. And the very next day, Mesa Police is calling them, and he'd said, okay, you dropped, we heard you were responsible for dropping these kids off at so-and-so's house, and you TP'd it. I'm going to give you two options. I'm going to you can either have me arrest you at work, or I can meet you at your house and arrest you for disorderly conduct. And my friend, who's a professional, he's like, why on earth would you arrest me for disorderly conduct when we were just TPing somebody's house? We didn't mean it, and we didn't mean to bully them. We didn't mean to harass them. It was just kids being kids. And I guess the people where they TP'd the homes, the parents, they saw opposite, and they said it was harassment, it was bullying. I don't know the full side of the story, but I'm shooting this video just because my friend portrayed it as kids just being kids and toilet paper in the house. But the Mesa police were dead set that they were going to come arrest him either at work or at his house for disorderly conduct. Long story short, he was able to connect with the parents to smooth out the issues and apologize. And I think he had his kid apologize, and they were able to de-escalate the situation. And Mesa police didn't end up pressing charges or arresting him for disorderly conduct. But disorderly conduct, guys, it's such a vague charge, right? It's so general. Anything can be disorderly, and it's almost like it's the society's way of monitoring good stewardship or citizenship of what's disorderly or what's not disorderly. And so, whether it's your dog barking is disorderly, you're getting into an argument is disorderly. In this case, it's TPing somebody's house, it's disorderly. There's no, if you do X, Y, and Z, it relates to it, or it results in disorderly conduct charge. So I don't agree with it. I think it's too vague. I think it's too general. But nevertheless, if you're charged with disorderly conduct, you're going to have to fight it in court. And so call us if you run into this issue. Hopefully it's never a situation where you get cited for disorderly conduct because your kids TP'd somebody's house like my friend. But for whatever issue you have, whether it's disorderly conduct, whether it's anything else, give us a call. We can help you out. We can work to getting the case dismissed. We can do our investigation. Most of our clients are good people that have never been in trouble with the law before. Probably 90% of our cases are misdemeanors. We do handle serious felonies, but that's few and far between for people that actually call our office that hire for these more serious types of cases. Usually, it's the working professionals. They get a DUI, they get a disorderly conduct, they get a whatever it is, or even the college students, they get an underage drinking. So that these are kind of the broader charges that people will hire a criminal offense law firm for, these misdemeanors, because there's so many different types and they happen to so many people with all walks of life. And mostly, as I mentioned to you, people hire us are first time offenders, and this is a one-off and it's never going to happen again. So if you find yourself in these situations, you're charged with disorderly conduct, you're charged with anything else, don't let this mistake ruin your life. Don't let it. You don't want a blemish on your record. You don't want a criminal conviction. You don't want the embarrassment of going to court and the judge say you're guilty. So call us. Let's figure out what we can do. Let's figure out how we can help you. There are 10 lawyers at our firm, so if you call into our office, one of the other lawyers may do the consultation. But if you're watching this video, I tell everyone, if you want to speak directly with me, I am the owner of the office. I'm the most senior attorney at the office. Say, I was watching Matt's YouTube video and I want to speak directly with him. I'm here for my clients. I'm here for my potential clients. Sometimes people will even see me out in the community just because I've been doing this so long and I've had billboards, and they'll come up to me and say, hey, I know you from whatever. So anytime you have a legal question, I'm happy to give you free advice. If you hire us, great. If not, that's okay too. But I'd like for you to leave the conversation at least knowing what your options are. 602-980-1987. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you.